Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 167 of Factorio with Angels and Bob's Mods, where we have successfully gotten some titanium, and we added some more mining of stereotype. I wanted to clear out this area first, that's the only part mining right now, basically. And I just noticed that copper is completely out. Well, not completely. We do have some going to our robot production area, but the bus isn't getting any more. So let's have a look at that, I guess. We have a train waiting here. It is almost full. Are we just not making any copper? We are. Just not a lot and very fast. It is slowly getting to the train. So if we send this, it might have been from the stereotype deficit or shortage we had. We have pretty much solved that at this point. So now this should be running full speed. Yeah, the copper does take stereotype and cructinium. This should probably be a blue belt at this point. Or maybe not, we're only outputting a blue belt and a yellow belt from it, so that should be the correct ratio. This is 3 times a yellow belt. No, 4 times, sorry. The blue tap is 3 times a yellow belt. So we have 4 yellow belts coming out from 1 yellow belt of sheet coil. I think we will be fine. I'm not sure how long it takes to actually fill a train, but... oh, maybe it is too long. I'm not sure. We should just keep an eye out for that. With the titanium, we started making bearings and gear wheels. And we started working towards the next science type. I think we did with this is for the next science. And that's done. I think we actually made, yes, a plan for this. Good. So this is actually done. Let's remove that. We need silicon nitride and we need batteries. Let's split these up. We already have silicon ingots. Cobalt oxide. Cobalt and limestone, we should have that available. Wait, what? I'm not sure why filtering by product. Oh, because the lithium cobalt oxide includes cobalt oxide in the name? Okay. Let's ignore that. Lithium. From lithium salt, from lithium water. Lithium water comes from thermal water. So are we clarifying a lot of that at our thermal water plant here? Saline. Does this not produce the lithium water? What's the difference? Thermal water in a hydro plant. Oh, that gives lithium water. And not the mineral sludge that we are currently producing down here. But we could start producing lithium water as well. Which I guess we will, because that is the only way to produce it, it seems. So we do need thermal water for it. So if we produce this down here, should we also just turn it into lithium salt? I would guess so, right? Because there's no other uses for it, so we should just export it as such. Lithium salt is used both for lithium and lithium perchlorate, whatever it's called. So we might need to export that unless we have a better recipe for this. We do not. Okay, we do need this then. So we get this from these two. We get this from our multi-processing. We get this from electrolyzing lithium salt. We get lithium salt down here and export it as such. This will stay here. This will all be done elsewhere. This needs some processing. Blue metal catalyst, do we have those yet? No, but we can make it. This sodium hydroxide and hydrogen chloride. And sodium hydroxide is just sodium hydroxide mixed with purified water, I would guess. Yes. And this is just hydrogen and chlorine, of course. Chlorine we can get from saline water, which also produces sodium hydroxide. This is such a long setup for this. Let's put this out by itself. This we also need to produce. Maybe we need to split this up into more small things. So I actually want this here, but then all the smaller parts. Like this. Oh wait, out in its own. This we are importing from down here, so that should be in its own thing, I guess. Something like this. Thermal water, yes. This we can make at the multi-processing. So do we need to bring this in to multi-processing? Or do we want to do it somewhere else? I think it's quite small amounts of batteries. Well, not really if we need it for science. And I don't really want to make the multi-processing area larger. This we will do at the multi-processing for now, though later it can be somewhere else. Mainly because we have everything needed for this. Then we would need to export it. Bring it together with this that we are making somewhere. Okay. This. Wait, that's the same thing. Okay, so we already have this made. We will import that from somewhere else. Should this all just be at the same location? I will not put them together, but should we not produce them at different locations? Can I move this somehow? Move... no, not download. Oh well. Can we move it from here? Yes, I'm learning. Okay, this is somewhat manageable. I know where that stuff comes from, basically. These we will make, for now at least, at the multi-processing area. Export those. So we make this down here. We can do that right now and then, well, at least if we had the machines for it. I don't think I have chemical furnaces with me. This will be made at multi-processing. Then everything else, I guess, is... We could also export sodium hydroxide solution from our sodium hydroxide production area, which is here, I think. Yeah, this is sodium hydroxide. We could just make the solution here as well. Then we don't need to worry about that. But then we should also be making this here, and that will also produce sodium hydroxide. I'm not sure if it's enough though. Well, we can produce enough and just burn the rest of this. And this will produce us some purified water, of course. Lots and lots of purified water. All because we need 1 sodium hydroxide per second for our current estimates. Let's remove that. Never mind that right now. We can still just... Well, if we want to make this locally, we would need a lot of water purification to produce the sodium hydroxide. A lot more than we need. Well, it's just 4 machines though. If we did not need the sodium hydroxide produced here, we could just have 1 machine. and one electrolyzer doing everything. It's just that this becomes quite a complex area if we just keep producing everything here, but would we also want to produce the hydrogen chloride somewhere else then? I mean, are we producing a lot of hydrogen chloride at our sodium hydroxide area? Not really, no. This just takes the saline water from this. So now that we could produce more if we wanted to. So do we want to expand this with other exports as well? Because then we could get rid of this, 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 and then just import these two. That sounds pretty nice when you put it like that. I think I want that. I do want to start making more outposts specialized. It's just that we would need to make a lot of outposts if we did want to do everything for just this one production line at different outposts. Like actually sorting for cobalt ore specifically at one point. That would be a lot of work. I think I would rather just export it from the multi-processing area for now then. It's not a lot, as you can see, 0.2. And this is all just for half a science per second. So we don't need that large amounts. I'm not gonna scale it up right away at least. If ever. I'm happy about these two at least. This imports. This is easy to do. This is an import. This is easier to do, unless we want to actually process the cobalt at the multi-processing, but I don't think we want that. That's too specific, really. But then we also need to import limestone to an area. Do we need this for anything but lithium-ion batteries? No. So this is in the lithium-ion battery production area. Do we need this for anything? No. So all of this, except for this, should be done in a battery production area. We could also import all of this to the main robot production area, but again, too much stuff. And if we ever need to scale it, that will become annoying. Are we not supposed to output from here? What's up with this? Okay, that's better. But yeah, for this, we will import this, this, and this. And then we have everything we need. 3 imports. Easy peasy. And this is its own thing. We'll produce that at the multi-processing area right for now at least. And probably forever. Okay. Let's work on one of the things and forget everything else. How about... Why was it I thought I was actually already down here without chemical furnaces when I'm still up here and can just grab some? Chemical furnace, where would that be? That's in here, right? Yep. I would like electric chemical furnaces. Can I have those, please? And I can always just shift between these if I have steel pipe, but I don't want to run around with that. When do I get multi-purpose electrical furnaces? Only with tungsten? Okay, I know I'm getting distracted now, but how do we produce tungsten? Can we just go and do that at the multi-processing? Tungsten. Plate. From this. What would we rather use some of? The nickel or the cobalt? Nickel. And that's just from nickel ingots. This is from harder to get stuff. Well, let's have a look, I guess. Tungstic acid. Well, I can't really say that this is easy. To be honest. Big nope to that. Let's not do this, at least not right now. Clean. Clean. Okay, let's work on this. We shall get some electric chemical furnaces. It's only a temporary setup though. We don't want too many. And I guess we can just revert them all to normal furnaces later. Do multi-purpose furnaces use normal furnaces by any chance? They use electric chemical furnace actually. Okay, so it actually needs to be... Are we producing electric furnaces down here anywhere? Because we might as well put them up top as a tiered production area. We are over here, of course, somewhere. Are we not? No. Where are we producing electric furnaces again then? I bet I'm just blind. Down here? Nope. Here? Nope. No. Have I put anything up here? By any chance? What's supposed to be here and here? Oh, I think those were some extra buildings for this that I don't know yet. So we have these three. We have another one here, but that could be up top. I'm not sure, but I don't think it was reserved for electric furnaces. Are we really not producing... Wait, this of course is for this. So we have this production. I'm not sure if we have anything else, but we should make a new setup in general. This shall just make normal furnaces, electrical furnaces, of course. Then we shall turn that into a chemical furnace, and then later we can turn that into a multi-purpose furnace. Whoops, wrong one. Let's use the ones we are already making. Just adding steel pipe. Dang, that's fast. 0.1 seconds with the crafting speed of 2. That's 20 times per second. Let's start with this amount. Did we need anything else? Hydro plants? For the small amounts we need, at least. Also, do we have enough of this stuff? Pipes are basically full, at least. We are using it, though. They're not entirely full. Seems like we also need to add more filters here, actually. Oh well. Should we find a new area to produce this? Well, it's not like we need a lot. It was just, what, 78 thermal water per second? We can easily do that down here, right? Let's do it. Do I have hydro plants? Yes. I really did not make this station very smart. Oh. How are we doing on copper? Still have more than half of what we brought. The train is not even half full though. So we might actually have to increase our copper production. Okay. So we shall take a little bit of this and just put into the hydro plant. Do this. Do we need to get rid of this? No, not really. We can use it over here. We shall figure that out later. This needs to be put into a furnace. So how are the ratios here? Well, it's 1 to 1 here because we don't need to make a lot, but this uses 0.5 seconds, 2 times a second, so 4 times a second, 25, so 100 per second. This will produce 40 every second with a crafting speed of 2, so 80 per second. So we need less than one of these per hydro plant. So it's a lot easier to just scale it like this with power. And we don't want to store too much right here. Now this needs to run always, but if we just put that in here, it might not be always, but it should be as close as possible. Overflow valve, top-up valve, sorry. This. Oh, was it not this I just saw needing more filters? I guess when everything is full, it does not need more. Which makes sense, of course. Do we have a radar? Yes. Now this of course wants to be producing full speed, but right now I think we are producing more than we actually need. Maybe. Well, we need 34 per minute. That sounds like half of 1 per second, so we actually need 3 times as much. So we need to get rid of the purified water. If we do something like this. Of course, these are allowed to work now until it gets to 80%. But as soon as a train comes in, which it won't while I'm here. But it can. Then we remove a lot of this. These will be allowed to work. This needs to work, and then this should come in first. We could, of course, remove that and actually put in a pump and only store it from here. Something like this. Then it is allowed to be stored up there while we're full, but as soon as the train comes, this will be used before all of this. So now we are producing a lot more than we need. We need about, what, 90 per minute, but that is working towards that, and we'll get way across with a buff. Let's start requesting this to a train. And that would be in here. Yep. Now we will request 1600 to each chest here, but I think we will limit the train quite a bit, because I just don't like these trains not moving that often. It's just too easy to not notice any shortages and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't want that, of course. So let's limit to 1 row, 5 stacks. Let's do that to start with, at least. This should be called... What should it be called? I don't remember the name of this ever. Lithium salt. Sorry, we need to name this. Lithium salt. And we haven't named the other end yet. But now we are done with all of this. So delete this block. Thank you. And we can work on with the next ones. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.